Welcome back, gamers, to another episode of the Yeet Federation. Today we are diving into Rome Total War today. Title of this replay was Happy Birthday Thunder, so this was his Thunder game, his birthday game. On the field you have me, Fox is Bat, Wild Sweet, and Mr. Thunder. We remember the Yeet Federation is a place where gamers can come, that love gaming, can come to and watch and be entertained. Also, if there are videos that you want or videos that you made that you wouldn't mind putting on, giving us to or for replays for Total War, where I'll put our Discord information in the YouTube channel and in the descriptions, and we will, if you want to come in and ask or talk or just hang out, I will always be in there. Not all the time, obviously, but I'm in there daily. So
yeah. And to add to that as well, we do have a growing base of players that love to play Rome. So if anyone wants to just come in and chill, maybe play a game of Rome or two, we've got a channel specifically for that within our Discord. So put the shout out, and if anyone's on, just like the Backseat Generals with their channels, anyone who wants to play can put something up, and if people are available, they'll jump in. It's a pretty laid back channel we've got, and we want to try and keep it that way.
Yeah, and also if you're a newer player and you want to learn how to play and just want to understand simple mechanics or just have questions, you can come in and ask me. I will gladly explain. I'll gladly even take you into a game with you, and I'll play with you, and I'll show you how to do certain things on defense or attack. And right now we are going into a battle where I am playing Roxolani. Roxolani is a step faction, which means they pretty much only have Cav, if not just Cav. We have Thunder playing Iceni. We have Fox's Bat, if I remember right, is playing Macromanni. And Wild Sweet is playing Saxoni with his favorited Duguth and Golgoth warrior build. Which,
he's
if you play Saxony and you don't have Golgoths in your group, you're doing it wrong and you're probably going to lose. These guys are pretty much Bloodsorin on crack. They have bonus versus infantry plus 15. Always bring that. Again,
and look at that charge. Look at that charge.
Yeah,
look at that
32.
Charge. 32.
Oh my god. And we're versing Nabataea, Caledonian, which is the Emperor Divided DLC Iceni. Again, bring chariots with these guys. Even on attack, they have broken chariots. They're like 900 gold and worth it. They're heavily armored.
And I think there's like 20 chariots in a unit as well, rather than 10, which you get from base game. So definitely worth keeping an eye on those guys.
Yeah. And then we have Rome and Selecuid. Selecuid, I think we're playing on large funds. Yeah, we're playing on large funds.
I look at this Selecuid army and I don't like it.
Yes. Your hillmen should be also the ones that are coming up. You should have had your whole team guerrilla deploy towers one-on-one against artillery, and then have your hillmen, your levies, or something like a cheap unit. The cheapest unit you possibly could bring. Like, if you're Egypt, bring Egyptian infantry. One or two of them to help burn towers and destroy an artillery.
Yeah. And if you're Rome, bring a couple of Vigiles.
Yeah, Vigiles. Not Histadi. Do not try to take out an RDPs with Histadi. That is an expensive... It's literally the highest low tier you can possibly bring.
Yeah.
And as you see, I'm mass sending out. I also, as I play these factions, I always leave half my army on the inside of the wall just in case I want to do a side tactic or later sally out and fight. I always bring out half my army up front just to keep everyone at bay. I think the longest I've held someone out the wall with their whole armies was probably 32 minutes. And then they started pushing forward. Yeah, it was kind of a boring battle. Alright, now we go in. I'm going to try to get a thumbnail as they're running out the gate. Sorry.
Gotta do it for the thumbnails.
Yeah. Let's do this. K. And P. Let's see him run out.
God, that's a lot of horse.
Let me get a little closer. Yeah, if you see this, don't panic. If you have units that can go and shield wall, that's fine. As we can see, Thunder's... Oh. I might have just screwed up. Ah. There. Now, K mode back on so you can see the flags. Now let's get into the real fighting. Alright, so I love seeing armored desert hoplites with a Nabataean player because that is what you want to bring for your infantry. Or if you have extra money, go for the Rakim. Rakim Palace Guard is amazing. You just have to cycle charge them.
Yeah.
You're still fighting here. I'm just getting ready to go around. Dean's going for archers.
I'm doing my best to try and tie down some infantry and get them busy so that the cab can have the options. That's all I'm trying to do.
So with Roxolani, the reason why I brought a lot of melee cav is because they have the ability Draco and I also like using them for Javi. Let them take the Javies because my main damage people are these guys right here, the Step Noble Lancers. Look at that charge bonus.
Yeah, I think the Chariots are coming out to play.
Oh.
So when you see Chariots, stop your men.
Do not charge them.
If you are running, you will lose your units.
And shield formation. These are hoplites. Shield formation. They don't have Javies, so the best thing you can do to save your hoplites is put them into Javi formation. And now I'm through their lines, into their artillery. I'm trying to neutralize it. I'm also trying to use their archers to kill their own artillery crew. As you see, I have a noble step. I'm trying to keep them having to multitask. Like Nabataea is trying to deal with this while I'm hitting him over here. So he's literally panicking. And
yeah, I would be too.
I'm already into their archers. 30 kills. I'm just keeping him panicked while the chariots do what chariots do.
I don't even think I did too well with these chariots, to be honest.
Yeah, it doesn't look like you did. But you're keeping them occupied. You're keeping them distracted. While yeah, he just mashed you, dude. At this point, just tell him to go in circles, dude. That's what you should... Ah, there you go. You're doing it.
So this one was obviously an earlier one that we played where I was still learning how to use chariots properly.
Yeah.
So basically, when you have chariots, as soon as your first chariot hits the line, you want to start rotating them. And by doing that, you click off of where it's going to attack. So to the right or to the left, and keep them mobile. The more mobile you keep chariots, the more chance they have of doing mass damage.
Caledonii tried being secret and sneaky. I think that's what this is for. Like when you play Roxolani, you just can't count and tell your opponent, your teammates, I'm going for Nabataea. So, yeah. No, with Roxolani, you get your kills by when you see someone come out by itself. That's what you want to pick them off. You don't want to just mass charge. I hate when I see people do that with Roxolani or Massageti or a step faction doing any
cav faction.
Yeah, you don't just full send straight into the line. A lot of randoms, like newer players, who just like they see the movie Lord of the Rings and they're like, I want to play like the Rohirrim. Okay, you're gonna be dead like the Rohirrim. Okay, they almost died because they tried that tactic on the Orikai and did not work out so well.
Put it this way as well: if Gandalf hadn't been there with the sun coming down at the back, then that entire cav force would be skewered on spears and pikes.
Yeah. It was not a good idea. Oh, and now they're shooting at me, which is perfect. I prefer when people shoot at my calf because I can dodge with them and outrun it and make them waste their ammo. You just gotta be good with it, guys. Sometimes you just gotta push some of your men aside and use only 2 or 3 calf.
Yeah.
Don't over micro yourself. And this calf just got a shit ton of kills.
Yeah, so with Cav, what you want to do is once they've hit an enemy, count to 3 and then pull them off.
And I was not paying attention. I must have been moving Cav out here. I've been switching back and forth. So, with a Roxolani player, how to beat them is try to get them to micro everywhere. You have to be suffering to beat them. Like, if you're having a bad time microing, he's going to have a bad time microing. Like, you just at that point, target as many cav as you can. Like, all at once. And make him have to micro. He's not going to be that fast. He's going to do a spam click. And that right there is going to give you the advantage. When they spam click, you group them up. So I recommend take a step back if you're versing like a Roxolani army or Messagetti step faction, which are going to be one of those factions that's in your face. I am literally holding a whole army up with just using 3 cav right now. I have these cav going inside just for later because I've already made the call of they're already in. So I'm trying to hold this army up with just this cav. I'm going to probably use this cav to give him a chariot play over here. As it is, Nabataea is hurting. He didn't play well.
And what I should have done is my first 2 chariots, I should have only brought 1 out.
Well,
because what Gad did brilliantly was used a hell of a lot of ammunition. So if they still think they have ammo left and they charge into chariots, my chariots will do so much more damage because they won't be getting shot. They'll be able to just go straight through because they're moving. Yeah, it's very smart play that Gad's done.
I also, with the Caledonians, they're cutting me up because this is a DE faction. They tend to be a little bit more OP and can beat GC factions pretty easily. So, I'm using a GC faction against them. And they have abilities and they're just ridiculous. Now, what I'm looking for this whole time is for Scatha Shadows. They're a Caledonian unit that, if you don't have them, you're not get them. Yeah, the Scatha Shadows are just too OP. They're a guerrilla deploy unit. It's a female unit, and they have I think like 5 or 7 javies per, and they can guerrilla deploy, and they can target.
They've got good bonus against infantry as well, I believe.
Yeah, I think they got a +15 against infantry.
Well, there's one at the back gates if you want to check out stats there.
Oh, there is?
Yep.
Where?
That one right there in front of you.
To
your left. The circular banner.
That's an archer. Oh.
No.
Oh, they are. Scatha Shadows. Thank you. Yeah, their stats are, +15 bonus to infantry. They are a ridiculous unit. And they get javies. Like, a lot.
Yeah, just...
Now,
they're nasty.
If you see a Roxolani on field and you're playing Caledonii, bring at least 3 or 4 of these girls. And you're good. Just straight up, you're good. Trust me, just put infantry in front of them to hold, and like a shield wall, bring chosen swords and swordband and these girls. Oh yeah, you're good. But I already used up their javies with this previous cav, and I see you coming out with a chariot just to clean it all up.
Yep. I'll let you tie it all down, then I'll get the glory.
I'll let you guys see this. I'm sorry. I love chariot plays. Oh no, I did not take their javies. All right, see, they are too broken, and you need to go into those women. Oh, and they have a Highland Archer, elite Highland Archer.
Yeah, goodbye chariot.
No.
This was This was not my finest hour.
Well, you're still learning. I think that's what we made you do. Is that what we made you play Iceni this fight so we could teach you how to use chariots? I think that's what we were doing. And I was playing Roxolani to make sure you had a better chance with them. Also,
yeah, you guys don't often see Gad playing Cav factions because he's actually very good at it, and he doesn't want to take advantage of random players who don't always communicate or have the confidence. So he puts himself as infantry because then he's only doing like 2 or 3 things at once rather than destroying Nabataea to the point of they can't move.
Yeah, I could have done a lot more damage to him. I just, again, try not to. Because randoms tend to be newer players, and when you have newer players coming into the community, you don't want to whoop their ass way too quickly. You want them to build confidence. You want them to enjoy the game. That way, they come back to the game. Because no one wants to play a game where they're constantly getting their ass handed to them. They're just like, you know what, I'm done with this game.
That's why I do not play against Wild.
Yeah. Well, I do. We go 1 for 1. Well,
yeah.
Sometimes. It all depends on what factions we're playing against each other.
Yeah, Wild just knows how. Wild knows my weaknesses, and he knows how to make me engage those weaknesses. So he's a very, very clever player. Is Wild.
I'm better at the grind game too than him, but he's better at the you're fucked gameplay. If you beat his chariots, you have a damn good chance of beating him. Mm-hmm. Yes, he's always good. He always plays Macei when we play.
Or Iceni or anything. Yeah, if you see Wild Suite and you see an Iceni or a Macei or something like that,
just know you're getting.
You're gonna get sallied on, or you're just gonna get chariots at some point.
You see, this is the one thing I always see with Roman new players. They bring Cav. If you're bringing Rome, bring the infantry. You are not the anti-Cav. Roman cavalry is terrible. Who the anti-Sally should have been in this fight would have been either Selecuid or Nabataea.
Yeah.
I would have preferred it, in my opinion, if we were playing and we had these factions. I would have preferred it if it would be Selecuid, because they have the Agema Cav, they have the medians, and Rome's not paying attention. I'm just coming in and killing his archers. All right,
tying him up here, so my chariots are behind.
Oh yeah.
So this is the other thing with chariots. When you're attacking with them, tie down their first wave of infantry. Mm-hmm. It's not to stop them from being able to attack, it's to stop the javelins.
Yeah, this was not designed to win. I just threw it in there. You gotta sacrifice some people in order to do a big play. And a lot of people, they see one unit and they're like, oh my god, I don't want to lose that unit, I want to save it. Then put a weaker unit in there and fight it. These Golgoths are just ridiculous units, and these Dugoth don't fucking break. They have that. Oh, what is it? It's not inspired. Disciplined. They have discipline, and they also have encourage. I think
chariots on the hill. Chariots on the hill.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Get through. Yep. To get through.
Yes. Yeah. But this is just a really bad AI pathing spot. Like, your guys are breaking and they're only into archers. Like, chariots can be a ridiculous... you weren't clicking and we were trying to tell you to click, and your chariots are just sitting, getting melee.
Yeah, and that's the death for chariots. That is death for chariots. If you engage in combat and then you stop trying to move them, that is their death. Yeah, and right now I'm having the pathing issues, so it's not wanting to do anything, so I'm trying to click to make them...
It don't matter, you're killing Syrians, and that's all that matters at that point. You did well. I think this was one of your first battles ever using chariots, and for using them, you did alright. I think this was the battle where you asked us if you could do the chariot plays and see if you could pull some off, and we were like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
But also,
I don't know what I'm doing at the top of the hill there with the other chariot.
So
He's just gone hiding.
I think what you're gonna do is I'm gonna make a play and a hit from the front where you're gonna come around back and. Or this is when I came back? No. Oh, you're doing a long flank, dude. You're doing a long flank with that. That's what you're doing. Alright, with Cav, never charge uphill.
No.
You're not going to do well. This Chariot's at 300. It did well. Alright, so newer players, if you're ever using Chariots, don't be discouraged if you do like 160 or 200. If you're really new at the game, if you do 160 or even over 100 kills, you did good. Keep that unit. You did great. Don't ever think you did terrible with that. That was a good play.
Yeah, the only reason I did well with this chariot is because I had my teammate supporting me. Yeah. Like if Gad didn't support him with his cav here, that chariot wouldn't have got 50 kills. He would have died to those scatter shadows.
All right. Also, if you have cav, do not pull away until another cav relieves you. Like I did a mass back because I saw that, and I saw the artillery getting ready to launch right into me. So I start moving everything back. I was just trying to kill off the general. General's off the board now. We don't have to worry about that Hellenic cataphract.
And see what else he's done as well, guys, is he's engaged that cav with one unit so he can move the rest of his cav back. Mm-hmm. So instead of mass clicking all of his cav to engage that one and make it a big blob, he's engaged with one unit and pulled the other 4 back. So there's a little bit of overlay, but he's not pulling back and he's not pulling through because
and I'm
he's
also
not
using, I think Fox told me to bring him to the wall because Fox is kind of bored. Oh, he moved over to the gate because he knows Nabataea ain't going anywhere. His Nabataea is forced to have to come in through Caledonia's entrance, which now we have this whole control. And it now pulls units off of like his RD and stuff, his archers. Like, yeah, they're armored hoplites, and Rakim Palace. Okay, so this is the Rakim Palace Guard. They are, in my opinion, I love them. I do. Like they're the back chain rail guard that like we should have had at the beginning.
Yeah. And I do like them.
Don't forget your cav. I think I left a no, I pulled them back. Okay. So now I have my buddy hitting this guy with arrows, and this guy is gone. I also want to do a shout out to Fox's Bat. He hasn't been around in our Discord for a while, but he is a good player. Would like to see him again, but been talking to him lately, so I've been trying to get a hold of him lately.
Yeah, but again, I think he's got school and things like that.
Yeah, he has a lot of stuff going on right now. So, I agree. College comes first over anything. He literally let this Celt come through because he had a Germanic sword, armored swords just running in on his Celts. Celtic sword band, I also like. It's still a great unit with 25 charge.
40 weapon damage. Oof.
Yeah, it's deadly.
So what does the weapon damage do again? Is
that weapon damage
chance to hit?
No, melee attack is chance to hit. Weapon damage is how much damage they'll inflict if they hit. Now, depending on the melee defense and the armor bonuses, that 40 decreases. But with the charge bonus, I think its charge bonus goes on top of weapon damage. So, like, this unit right here would actually deal 52 damage on the charge. Oh, my bad. That's Dugas Swords. Where's the Axeman I was looking at? Armored Axe Warriors, right here. So, yeah, 52 damage on the charge. And, if I remember right, they have a thing called Armor Piercing in this game. So, we'll go here and see what its Armor Pierce is. So, Armor Piercing 10. So, it takes off 10 armor bonus off of armor units. That's how AP works. So 10 damage is getting through no matter what. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah, so if you've got like a Raheem Palace guard with, say, I think it's like 70 armor, maybe 80 armor. If that unit charges it like against the axe warriors there, they're only they're gonna have 10 armor less. So the attack damage is going to be straight onto. If it was 80 damage base, it'll be onto 70.
So right now we did our job with Cav by going for archers.
I think I've got another one coming.
And cleaning up.
On the left.
Yep, I saw it. Cav's coming. I think I start moving some Cav up now because I see what you're doing. Or I'm microing somewhere else. Yeah, I'm microing over here. Yeah, I don't think...
That chariot's still there, bro.
I know. And it's getting kills, right? 363. It might break when it goes into combat. That's the problem. Keep going! Keep going, Chariots! The little engine that could. No, go right in! In!
No, I saw the ram, and I wanted to get the damage against the camels as well. Because those camel those camel spearmen are actually very, very good. A lot of people don't like them, but they can be very, very good camel.
Oh, you're about to get... This is your amazing chariot play right here.
Yeah, the little one that could.
Oh, no, it could have been beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful.
Don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break. It's still there, it's still there.
It came back. Oh, and their archers is what saved me too. Oh my god, thank you. Yeah, at that point, send them back in for more. It's already done good for a newer player and chariots-wise. Like, someone learning chariots. So with chariots in this game, you have to pull through, guys. That's how they work. So if you're a player going like, well, you pulled through with chariots, you're cheating. That's how chariots are played, guys. You have to pull them through or else you're not going to get anything for them and it's a waste of money. That's how chariots work. That's why they have two horses pulling them.
That's why they're designed that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's me now. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm like, that's me. Take me out of the oven.
Think we have to fall back at a point. Oh, no, I think we have this battle already. Yeah, this is a battle we clean up outside. Like, they don't get off the walls. But
yeah, Fox and Wild do so well. I think Wild just let them come into a certain point so he could just cycle charge on that little alley.
Yeah,
which was perfect.
I used up everything I had at the victory point, I think. Nope, I still have my melee cav and my general, which the Sarmatian Royal Lancers are amazing. These are my favorite cav in the game. I don't care. I know there's a lot more, but a lot better. But that's the best shot cav in my opinion.
I like the Hellenic Cataphract from Selecuid.
Yeah, the Hellenic Noble Cataphract, but did you just see it get devastated?
That wasn't them, that was the...
That was a Hellenic Royal Cataphract.
Okay.
It was. We'll show... I'll show you the replay again. We'll go back through it if you want. Praetorian Guard, amazing for ultra funds. Not so much with Rome on large funds. The best army for Rome compositions if you're a new player. Please, just build this army and you will have the best fighting chance. You go with a Legatus for a general. You bring your 3 Syrian archers. Then you bring 5 Hastati. And then 10 or 9, depending on if you want to bring Arty. 9 or 10 legionary cohort. If you just bring them, you are golden. Hands down on attack. That is the best. And you'll not be stopped because you have the best infantry for the funds for a large battle. And the reason why you also didn't see me go for Rome is Rome is the dumbest faction to ever go on a full cav stallion. They are armored, and if they blob up, you're not getting through it. Same with elephants and chariots. Don't ever do a chariot play on Rome unless you have if you see like a amazing time to do so.
If you see that their backs are exposed and they're microing elsewhere, that's an opportunity. Otherwise, look for isolated units. Those would be the only two times I'd say to focus on Rome for sallies of any kind, really. Unless you're losing anyway and you just want to cause a little bit of chaos, then roll the dice and see how you go. But it's not going to be pretty.
Oh yeah. So also, if you're a teammate and you see Cav going into the item you're shooting at and it's your ally's Cav, stop shooting. Okay? Especially if it's a step faction. Especially if it's a step faction and you're like, oh no, I don't want him to. You're trying. You just don't shoot their Cav because they don't have much. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little like. Sometimes I lose track on what I'm talking about.
Well, I think as a general rule, shooting your allies' units is normally a bad idea.
Well, I'm just saying, in some games when I'm testing friendly fire, the first thing I do when I enter is shoot my friend, and if it kills him, then friendly fire's on.
Yeah, like what was the game you played recently? Fear Therapy? Oh, so friendly fire does work.
I'm so sorry.
I'm just glad that you did it, so at least everybody can see.
I think at this point, I'm trying to do as much damage to hit their reserves as possible. Nabataea is already dead. Like, even if he gets into the wall, all his units are damaged. This ability right here on them is Draco. It means they do less damage. Let me see if I can. Bonus versus Cav, bonus versus. So, they have weak. They pretty much can't do much damage to Cav when they charge in. They do less damage, and it's a debuff to them. Anyone knows what a debuff is it's the opposite of a buff, where some games where you'll be like Juggernog from Call of Duty Zombies. That's a buff. Where a debuff would be like you play a game with only half health at all times. That's the debuff. So I know there's a lot of gamers out there who'd be like, why are you explaining this? This is common sense. There's still a lot of new gamers coming into the community. So.
And we need to keep that going.
Yep.
Always got to bring new blood in.
Yep.
Wow, did that clean up on this side with that general? What's my general up to?
I don't know. He's just fighting some Legionnaires. Which, again, Legionnaires are nice. I wouldn't waste money on them. I would just go with Legionary Cohort. They're 700, and a Legionary Cohort for 700 is just ridiculous.
You're basically looking like a tribal in comparison. That's pretty much
yeah, they can fight tribals. They definitely can fight tribals. The thing is Rome just doesn't cycle charge. So the best thing that they can do is, once the Legionnaires winded, cycle them out. That's all you gotta do. They are the easiest faction to play for newer members of the community for Rome. These guys I love from Iceni. Heroic Nobles. Yeah. Literally the Swordmaster version for Iceni. They are
my boys.
I know. I always love the Heroic Noble. Those things will clean house.
Well, I think they've done that. I think there's 3 or 4 units of Roman.
How many kills you got on that guy? 191. Yeah, you were cleaning up. So we started the game with literally a third of the bar.
Yeah, 2v4 for infantry.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. We did enough damage. We were harassing them the whole time. We slowed them down, so it would be literally a 1v2 fight. As they were coming in, they were only sending one unit in. We could just neutralize it and then wait for the next one. That's literally much what we did.
Yeah.
Rome, I don't know what happened with Rome over here.
He got wilded.
Yeah, he got yeeted.
Yeah, and this is the other thing. Like, I will give a shout out to these guys that are attacking. they didn't DC.
Or leave.
So when we say DC, we mean they've had enough and they just rage quit. They just leave the battle.
That does happen.
Which it happens, and I understand why. But at the same time, just think about if you were actually having a really good game and then someone just left. It's really frustrating and it ruins the game for other players. Now, yes, there's gonna be players that do that. I understand that. I totally get it.
I made a lot of mistakes this fight. Now I'm looking at it.
Yeah, like everyone makes mistakes, and there'll always be an opportunity. If you feel that you're getting cycled out and you're getting targeted, then get closer to your allies. Get some support from them. If they're not actively going to support you, move your army closer to them so they have to support you.
Yeah.
Never attack by yourself.
Yes. If you think you cannot do a breach landing because you know you'll be destroyed, just sometime you see that there's a breach or your members already did a breach hold where they have everything over here and they're inside, just dismount your towers and move over there with your full army. Don't waste any life on this wall. You're already in. Why fight for this? This would be useless. If you're in here, like most people when they attack from here. We usually breach here and then we all work together to push up, push here. We take this. Once this is taken, the person who's lined up here mass lands. And then we all work together. Usually I'll be the breacher, I'll come in, and then I'll take this fight. So this guy who mass lands here can take this fight. Start pushing to the gate. And then once there's a lot of fighting on the gate, pressure here, and once you've killed a few people, a few units, this guy, the third guy, should land and mass and take the gate. Then this guy doesn't even need to be over here, just keeps his towers up. Just do the bluff. And then with the rest of your army, move them over here, just come inside.
And if you see a sally out, call it out. You can
and then land your towers.
Smart by you can be really smart, land your towers, or the very, very smart thing to do is pretend that you don't see it.
Yes.
If you pretend you don't see it, you expose your flank.
That's what this guy did.
Yeah. But I think at this point it was what else can he do? This was just chucking the rest of your cav in out here.
I tend to not bring these guys when I'm playing Roxolani. I'll just bring shot cav from now on. I think this was one of the battles where I just was I want to try him. Let's see.
I think it was also because you knew you had to hold some stuff down for the chariots.
Yeah.
I think that's why you brought some melee cav.
Yeah. Go for the arty. It's open. Come on. Channel your inner Gadriel. You need to go for that arty. Come on. No! Arty! Keep going! God, I must have been, not thinking this whole fight, dude.
I think we were just watching them now. I was just fully maxing out my gen, and you were just sort of watching them doing what you could with 2 units outside, and you're just just having the chill.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just moving my general up to give battle rhythms and everything. I really didn't. It wasn't needed for the. Well, I was, but wasn't really needed at the front this whole time.
What's that gen up to? That heroic noble. He's got to be over 240 now.
341. 342. He's going ham, dude. This is why I like heroic nobles. They're a gamble. Either they get gunned down by a lot of archers, or they just go Super Saiyan.
Okay.
I really
question for you: Oathsworn or heroic nobles?
Honestly, truthfully, heroic nobles, hands down. Oathsworn, they're good, they're nice, but I can't argue with heroic nobles. I also think swordmasters are better than Oathsworn if used correctly.
Yeah.
They just need to be cycled. And a lot of people don't cycle Oathsworn correctly also. What you do is you pop headhunt and then charge in. Once you charge in, you get that bonus from the headhunt on the charge. Which means you're getting probably about 50 to 80 kills on the charge. If you use it correctly. And then...
And if you've got a step faction with Draco...
Ooh. Oh god, yeah. Saba in a step faction is broken. We will definitely Definitely have.
We will show you that bit. We will show you that replay.
I think I'm just running out the gate now.
Yeah. 17 seconds. This is it.
Yeah, he charged me. That's not good. But he
But
does
again,
have
they
hoplites.
stayed to the end as well, which is good.
Yeah.
They stayed to the end, battled it out, and if you don't want to stay after your army's gone, then by all means.
Yeah. All right, let's see what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I know it was a quick battle, but
this wasn't pretty for me. Oh, better than I thought.
I didn't. Well, for the step faction, that's pretty damn good. I've also gotten games where I've gotten 4K kills with a step faction, but this wasn't my best work. Wild Sweet with 2,868 kills. He has his general didn't do so well. His cav also didn't do good, but his archers did all right. His
infantry. Damn.
His infantry, the Dugoth are just amazing. Like, again, DE factions against GC are ridiculous. The Gogus. This is why you bring Gogus. Like, I'm sorry, guys, you got to. We have Fox's Bat as Macromanni with 2638 kills and 1478 losses. His archers, I'm pretty sure he had ammo left. His Berserker this one did awesome. He still had like a Berserker that was probably still going into combat. His Club Levy did alright, actually. His Armored Germanic Swords.
Awesome.
I just look, guys, I can't say anything on that one. They have me.
Yeah.
Most of my kills were my Lancers. And my melee cav, probably killing archers. I still had a full melee cav and my general who I didn't even touch.
Yeah, and considering you were basically coaching me that game, that was like you multitasking 3 ways.
Yeah. And then we have Thunder with 2,265 kills and 1,130 losses. And he only brought 1,600 men. He did well. Chariots, not bad for the first time. These two didn't do so well, but these two did great. The Heroic Noble, 346, he went again. It's a Heroic Noble. Your Ambushers did okay. They did their job. Your Slingers, goddamn, these two. You were just starting to use these guys, I bet.
Yeah, they were on the wall in the just outside of the VP.
And then we have... I'm sorry, I was just going down the list.
No, on you go.
We have Athena playing Caledonian on the attacking force. He has 1654 kills with 2869. Again, you guys, I recommend Scaff of Shadows more than just one. I'd bring 3 to 4 and Chariots. Bring the 900 Chariots and bring as many Chosen Sword Band as you can.
Yeah, maybe chuck in a couple of Levy Spearmen or something like that just to have as a screening force.
Yeah.
Have them in front of your Scatter Shadows and then cycle in your Scatters and happy days.
Yeah. And then we have Burton, which is Nabataea. He brought... I love his idea with the Armored Hoplites. Keep those.
That's a good Nabataea build.
Camel Spearman.
I like that.
I recommend
like that.
Camel Spearman. Camel Spearman on large funds is OP. Archers, again, they were dealing with getting hit constantly the whole game. Swordsmen did okay. They were probably killed by my cav. And the Axe Warriors, the Armoreds did okay. You did alright for the predicament you found yourself into, Nabataea. So, honestly, respect. We have Rome with 1,296 kills with 2,400 losses. Again, strip this whole army. 3 Syrians, 5 Hastati, and nothing.
Cohort.
Yeah, nothing but cohort. The Praetorians on large funds are just too expensive, dude. And the veteran legionnaires are nice, but if you're going to do something like that, bring Caesar and Gaul and bring their veteran legionnaires. If you don't, just bring nothing but legionary cohort. They're 700 and they're a low high tier.
But if you're playing a game and the rules stipulate GC only, don't be a cheese and bring Seals on Rome, because you will be found out and people will notice not to play with you. Just a little warning.
Yes. Unless the rule is any faction is allowed, which we do sometimes. We don't really care who you play. We have Papa Trevor with 50-50 with 927 kills and 2,553 losses. Bubba, all right. First off,
like we said at the start of the game, this army is just a no-go.
Yeah. First off, bring the Agema Cav Gen on large funds, not the Hellenic Cataphracts. I understand you saw Roxolani on the field, but the Agema Cav would have done a lot better. 4 Syrian archers.
Always bring 4. Always bring 4.
Yeah, and bring 10 Thorax swords and Hillman and Eastern Spearmen. The Hillman and Eastern Spearmen are to burn towers and to get Javi play off early game against Cav or whatever. You brought Persian Hoplites, not good. Let's get rid of that unit. Shield Bearers, great unit. I like it, but on large funds,
too expensive.
No.
Too
expensive, and it didn't pay for itself. And the Silver Shield Swordsman, no, not on large funds, brother. Thorax, bring Thorax, nothing but Thorax. The more medium tier you have, the more you outnumber them.
Even if you do like a 6 Thorax Swordsman and 4 Threos Spears, that's very good.
Yeah.
Because Threos can be used as blocks while you then got your main line with the Thorax Swords. But think about it, if you were commanding an army in real life, would you want to have a couple of elite units that have to carry the whole battle, or would you want to have a full, well-rounded army that's versatile for multiple things? Yeah. That's how I think about it.
Yeah. But again, very good battle. You guys did the best you could against the predicament you guys found yourself in when you had 2 full armies sallying on you with 2 really good defensive armies. Alright, well, we'll see you next time on Yeet Federation, where it's a place where gamers that love gaming can sit down and relax and enjoy some shows. Alright, have a great day.